Happy Halloweeny! I don't know much about it. I hear it's where humans get candy by being obnoxious. Oopsie's good at that. Oh, pretty. Look at all those shinies. What a perfectly not scary game.
Is this the Red Riding Hood?
Yeah, I called Little Goody Two Shoes. I know Square Enix came out with it. Yeah, like they said. Hi, Tellis! Good morning! Oopsie's playing today.
Hi.
How is you?
I can't hear the game audio BTW.
Oh, uh-oh. Thank you for letting Oopsie know. We shall fix that. Is it working now?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, thank you. I missed a whole bunch of story, but it's okay. Thank you for letting me know, Challenge.
That paper cutout art style is very cute.
Yeah, yes. It's so fast. Oh no, Grandma! Oh no, Grandma's whipping up the wheel!
Rip Granny, you would have made a tasty meal for a wolf.
Oh no! Moana's bland.
Oh no, watch out for ghost stingrays.
No, no! Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. For goodness sake, there goes my last match.
For goodness sake!
Oh, I'm so tired of this place. Wash my sheets, Elise. Sweep my floors, Elise. Elise, Elise, Elise! Oh, I'll show them. I'd make them scrub my pots and pans, my shoes even. Have them wipe down all my windows, every last one. Clean out my hearth and fetch me some water. Better yet, I'd have them running around calling me Miss Elise all day. Oh, if only I were rich.
Girl, are you Red Riding Hood or Cinderella? Make up your mind.
All of the above. All the steak I could ever want, all the shiny dresses, one for each day of the week, with shoes and jewels to match. And maids, all the maids I could ever want. Oh, if only. Well, one could dream. Elise! Oh, for goodness sake. That's not the voice I made at all.
Her talk sprite looks like a 90s anime.
Yes, that's exactly the whole art style. You missed the opening anime, but yeah, it looks so much like that Red Dragon anime from like the 90s. Oh my gosh. She wore like a red suit. Actually kind of reminds me of Evangelion a little bit too. That one redheaded chick. I forget her name. On your way home, lass. What are you doing wandering around the dark, Elise? I don't know what this accent is, and just gonna go with it. You ought to know it's dangerous out here. I'm not wandering about, Mr. Ludwig. I've been working late, if you'd so kindly believe. You know better than put yourself in danger, Elise. If anyone's putting me in danger, it's you. I'd be home already had you not stopped me for an earful. Come now, Elise, we've got good reason to worry. All this vigilance, for what? What am I to be afraid of? The witch? Watch your words, Elise. You're not to question such matters. What do you say we walk you home? Oh, I saw a hentai like this once. I mean, not Oopsie! Not Oopsie! Winged it! Winged it! Winged it! Winged.
Those are some really southern German people.
Is it German? I don't know. If I'm going to offend anybody, it's going to be the South and not the Germans.
Oh, of course, Oopsie has never seen the naughties.
No. I believe I'll just be fine on my own, Mr. Heinrich. Heinrich? I don't know these names. No more detours, Elise. It's for your own good. Lest I come across the witch, I know. Let us hope you don't come to regret your words, lass. Oh, I can't stand these folks. I'd best head on home before it gets too late, I suppose. Is that not home? Where's home?
Does she sound like she lives in that castle?
I mean, she could be a servant in that castle. I don't know. She just keeps talking about all the cleaning she has to do. Oopsie doesn't know. Oopsie lives underwater.
Do you even have to clean underwater?
Yes, we do.
Pine tree this, pine tree that. Everything's about pine trees around here. Just like Virginia. Right. Kieferberg viewpoint. Left. Kieferberg Peak.
Kieferberg.
Kieferberg? Thank you.
I assume, since they all have German names.
Item get acquired. Grapes!
The squishy thingies!
Is this home? Uh-oh.
For goodness sake!
It's impossible to keep this lantern lit in this wind. Guess I'll be finding my way home in the dark, I suppose.
Oh no!
Ah!
It's a bird!
Save often. Make sure to use up all your save sauce to avoid too much backtracking.
Oh, this is our house. It's so cute.
What in the Lord's name?
What in the Lord's name happened here? I ought to find my matches.
It just looks a little dirty. I don't understand. A blue!
I ought to find my tinderbox and light a fire. It's too dark to tell what happened
Can
here.
we fly on the broom?
I don't know. Are we a witch?
Who in the Lord's name got into my house?
Where does one keep the tinderbox?
It's all question mark. Ugh. Preserve your matches. Uh-oh.
Ah, no, 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 no.
What was that thing? Gee, I don't know. Was I dreaming or?
Oh, I've seen hentai that went like this.
Ooh. Does it have a happy ending?
Tinderbox! I have to light
Sure.
the fire now.
Oopsie, love stories with happy endings.
Light your lantern using matches. Be careful not to waste them. Oh my gosh, is this like amnesia? Amnesia?
I'm so bad at preserving things. Preserving, all of it. So bad.
What is this?
Good grief! What if it's that witch the townsfolk have been going on about?
Keep it together, Elise.
Oh, the back door was open. That's what was wrong the whole time. I just realized.
Oh.
It was definitely a burglar. That said, I'm not going anywhere without my broom. Oh, we did get the broom. It's no use going in the pantry, is it? There's nothing to eat in this house.
Well, whose fault is that? What, Titty?
She's questioning Mark over it, but here we go. Who in the Lord's name got into my house?
Tibby.
Oh, thank goodness it didn't touch Granny's spinning wheel. Yeah, thank goodness. What is she questioning marking over? It's been a long time since I've gone to Granny Hall's room. Not that there's anything to see there, anyhow.
Oh, I see how it is.
Is Granny still in there?
I think. Oh, did we bury Granny? Oh no. Oh no.
Tibby, what is it? Oh, there's 10 endings?
Tibby, stop. You did that.
Box! I really ought to go through all this junk sometime, I suppose. A small wooden truck filled with various knickknacks. I guess we don't get to see the knickknacks. Tibby, on the other hand, is really trying to go through my knickknacks. Hold on. Sorry about that. He tends to start getting nosy whenever I turn a game on. Goodness. For goodness sake. Okay, so. Well, we got our broom, but we don't know what to do with it, so let's just go. What are you questioning? How long has it been since I last used this thing, I wonder? Stringy cobwebs and dust cling to the old oven's wooden doors. There's no sealing them.
Can we break bread? Woo! I hear that's tasty. Oopsie went no. Is this a ping pong place? This is where we play ping pong? Tennis? Is that how humans play?
I have no idea what this is. This isn't the time to be watering the garden, is it? Weathered by time, the well's wooden structure stands frayed and worn.
Uh-oh, standing water. You're gonna get skeeters. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to the woods we go. Whistle, whistle. What's this? It's a birdhouse. Hello?
Huh?
There you are, you! Shameless thief!
Out with it!
Give me back all you took! Right!
Hurry
Now! Oh my gosh, she's assaulting that person! Wait, please! Please forgive me!
Oh my god!
Out with it!
Oh! Explain yourself, you
you a second time, thief!
Well, let her talk. Give me back everything you took right now.
I didn't take anything! I was just scared. Please, I beg of you.
Show me your hands.
Oh, but I didn't take anything, ma'am.
Now show me your pockets and make it quick. I keep telling you I didn't steal anything, ma'am. This is all I have, I swear. Coins and weeds? What are you doing up here in the mountains?
Oh, that's...
I'm a traveler, ma'am. Turn around. You say you're a traveler. All you all by yourself?
Yes.
Yes, I'm traveling alone. I hoped I could rest for the night in this village, but I saw some people walking in the woods. It frightened me, so I ran to find some place to hide. Be that as it may, you're still... Oh, please forgive me, ma'am. I didn't mean to make such a mess.
Oh, shush it!
Would you stop calling me that?
I'm sorry.
For goodness sake.
All right, well, I might let you go, if you can prove your innocence, that is.
Oh, that's...
I don't know what else I can do, ma'am. Well, you can start by cleaning up this mess. And then you can...
I'm sorry,
Ma'am?
I did it!
Yes, that's it! A maid!
All right.
Listen carefully now. First, you'll be tidying up the mess you've made. In fact, you can clean my whole house from top to bottom. That'll teach you not to go storming into strangers' homes. Oh my gosh, it's only been 20 minutes and already she's gotten a slave. Ma'am, complaining already, are you? Wouldn't you agree this is the least you can do?
Yes.
Oh, of course, I'll gladly do it, ma'am. Good. And in exchange, I suppose you can stay here. But no more thieving. I'm not a thief, ma'am. I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. Anyhow, you work for me, and I'll give you a place to stay. Fair enough, wouldn't you say? It does sound fair, ma'am, and it is very kind of you, but I am not a thief. Fine, you're not a thief. Now, would you stop calling me ma'am? Do I look like an old hag to you?
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
All right.
My name is Elise, and you best remember it.
Yes.
Ah, yes. I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Clogs! Selenic Wanderer? Rosemary? My name is Rosemarine. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Elise.
For goodness sake.
Just Elise is fine. Come on now. You have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
What a bitch.
So, the game hints at the trailer hints that there might be lesbians in the story.
How could you even do all this? Look at my floors. I'm so sorry. Even Granny's plates shattered to pieces. What are you, a wild boar? I'm surprised you didn't break my windows and tear down the walls. All right, well, you know what you did.
Anyway.
Anyhow, take this. Make certain you get into every nook and cranny, you hear? Yes, ma'am. While you're at it, you can sweep the chimney and clean out the fireplace, too. Oh, and wipe that stain off my wall and wash all my windows.
All right.
I want this place sparkling by the time I wake up tomorrow, understood?
Of course.
For goodness sake.
And I told you just to quit calling me that.
I'm sorry.
Come now, let me show you the well out the back.
Oh, but
I can do it myself, Elise. Anything to make up for what I've done. Look here, lassie. I have no good reason to trust you. I didn't mean to. Every single corner of this house is to be absolutely spotless by sunrise. Dare to cross me even once, and I'll be having a word with the townsfolk.
You hear?
Are we clear? Yes, Elise. I'm sorry. I'll do my best. careful not to wake me either. I have Sunday Mass to attend to tomorrow. I'll keep quiet. Good night, Elise. Now you've done it, Elise. There was hardly a need to be that harsh, but still. What if she's dangerous, or worse even? What if she's the witch the townfolk have been talking about? Oh, what would Granny hold, do I wonder? She didn't raise me to be like this. I even threatened to tell on her, too. What's done is done, I suppose. I'll make sense of it tomorrow. It's best I go to bed. Witch! Oh no, we lost some bread. We got to eat? Oh no. It's morning already? I can't be late for Sunday Mass, or Father Hans will...
You can't be serious!
Good grief, what was I thinking? She's probably taken everything I own by now. But the menu doesn't even open up. Well, it's sparkling, all right.
Oh.
Or maybe not. It doesn't seem like she took or broke anything, but... Hey!
Rose and Marine!
Was that her name? I can't believe she tidied up and left just like that. I didn't even give her anything to eat last night, the poor thing. Now where could she have gotten to?
Rose and Marine! For goodness sake.
There you are, you...
Elise.
Honestly, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, I was intending to leave first thing in the morning, but I was afraid I'd get lost in the dark. Never mind, come with me now.
Sorry,
Are you taking me to the village?
Huh?
Who do you take me for? Some wretch? Forget what I said last night. Not exactly my finest moment. I didn't mean to be such a brute, truth be told.
I'm sorry. For goodness sake.
I got it, all that's dead and buried. Now come. Unlike Grandma! I'm running late for Sunday Mass.
Yes.
flock. Is that a goat? It's a goat! 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 It's a goat!
Oh, I'm so glad.
Where have you been? You know this goat?
Of course.
We met on the way to Kieferberg. We've been together ever since. Yes, we were. We were. Oh, he's the cuddliest little thing, isn't he? The cuddliest little thing, you say?
Anyway,
I ought to get going. Wouldn't want to be late for Sunday Mass.
Yes.
I'll be back in a moment, Flock. I have to say, you did a decent job tidying up. You did pretty much everything I asked you to.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I wanted to assure you I meant no harm, Elise. You kept me up for hours last night thinking that you'd...
oh, shush it!
I get it all right. You're ready. No need to tell me. Here, have some bread. You must be hungry.
Yes.
Thank you, Elise. You really are too kind.
For goodness sake.
You do remember I hit you with a broom, right? Called you a thief, made you do my bidding and whatnot. Most folks would have tossed me out at the moment they found me, but you didn't. I suppose I didn't. Anyhow, I'm heading out.
Alright.
Don't wander about and don't make a mess.
Of course.
Pursue your love interest. Talk to your favorite girl when you see him or schedule a romantic date for later. Oh my god! Oh my god! I have something to tell you if you could come meet me later today. What's keeping you from telling me now? Well, it's important, so I'll be in the back by nightfall, alright? For goodness sake. It's best be worth my while, you hear? I promise it's nothing bad. We'll see about that. Well, where's the church? Gretel, there you are, Elise. here, why don't you? Good day, Granny Gretel. On your way to Mass, I see. Anything to keep Father Hans off my back. I have some fresh buns that'll cheer you right up. Why don't you take a look? Looking cheeky again, dearie. Bang. Anything else? Some pretzels, maybe? Tell me if you need anything else, dearie. Oh, where's the church at? Oh. Goodness, Elise, you look dreadful. Good morning to you too, Mrs. Bertha. Oh, I wasn't certain you'd come today, Elise. Why wouldn't I, Mrs. Odalie? My, Elise, you look quite tired. Couldn't catch a wink, I'd wager. Frightening, wasn't it? Oh, it must have been dreadful up in the mountains. What was? For goodness sake, Elise, did you not notice the state Kipperberg is in? There was a frightening windstorm last night, Elise. It swept through the alleys, nearly ripped some roofs off. Even mine was covered in deadwood. That was no ordinary windstorm, I tell you. How so, Odalie? Oh, I've about had it with this nonsense. She's saying it came from the woodland, that's what. Oh, Odalie, it's no use entertaining such notions, my dear. You'll see merrily. All I can see is we're running late for Mass. Goodness, what has Kieferberg come to? After you, Elise. The woodland, huh? Mind what you say to keep folks from suspecting you. Suspecting me of what?
Elise!
Good morning, Elise. Freya? What is wrong with your ankles, child? Evergreen, sweetheart. How are you always so cheery, Freya? It took so long, I thought you weren't coming. I overslept a little, I suppose. Didn't get that much sleep last night. Oh, me neither. And all because of that windstorm. Not even my little sprig could help me. Your sprig? I keep a tiny sprig of lavender under my pillow, you see. Sniffing helps me sleep better, and it leaves such a lovely... Shh, keep quiet, you two. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Wilhelm. We'd best focus now, Elise.
Shush it, you.
You're the one wittering on, Freya. May the blessing of the Lord, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit be with us. May the hallowed saint take heed of our prayers. Amen. This Saturday we will once again be celebrating our patroness, Saint. As you all know, preparations for the festivities are already underway. Let us all contribute to the best of our abilities, brethren. That said, I am aware of what transpired last night. Several of our neighbors were severely affected by the windstorm. I urge everyone to lend a hand in clearing out the alleyways. Let us all have compassion for one another in these trying times. Let us trust Saint to guide our people and keep Caverburg out of harm's way. May the Lord be with you, brethren. Amen. Took you all you had to get out of bed this morning, I wager. Sugary devotee.
Shush it, you.
Very funny, Jokes aside, Elise. Don't I keep telling you to take your apron off for Sunday Mass? I'm certain the Lord couldn't care less, so why should you? You're riling me up on purpose again, Leb. Can you tell?
For goodness sake.
I'd best get to work now, before it gets late.
See you later, Elise.
Don't forget to come about later, Elise. I won't. Relationship menu. Mysterious note. There's something written on here. Hallowed, sanctified be thy name. May thy will be everlasting, and thy grace all embracing. Quenched thou shalt be on the Sabbath of the full moon. May this prayer find its restful place in thy life-bearing grove. A prayer? There's something else at the bottom. Keeverberg's offering lies in the crossroads, beyond the maypole. May thy thirst be quenched, thy blessings received. In the crossroads. I wonder who dropped this. I've never seen water coming out of here. I wonder if they've ever been used for anything. Polished completely smooth, the pearly stone basin sits untouched. Didn't sleep a wink, explains the hilarity. You're hopeless. As long as you keep indulging me. So it's my fault, huh? Here you go, before I forget. Pretzel! Oh, you brought me my favorite! Mr. Bernard said you were rather late getting home last night. Is that so? I did tell you it was almost time for supper when you stopped by. And I told you Mrs. Elmo worked me like a donkey right up until nightfall. Mr. Bernard was fretting over you is all. Mr. Bernard could find some better things to do with his time, I'm certain. You really are so stubborn, Elise. Anyhow, it's about time I head out. Say, I'll be up at the bell tower all afternoon if you'd like to keep me company. I'll be there, Leb. We're having folks from Prameldorf lend a hand with the festival this year, Elise. I heard the windstorm wasn't as bad up in the mountains last. Freya was fretting over you like you wouldn't believe. She was? You ought to thank the Lord for your good fortune, Elise. Certainly, Father. Hard at work even on a Sunday, are you? When aren't I, Father? Sundays are meant for rest, Elise. You let us know if you ever need a hand, you hear? Of course, Mr. Gustav, thank you. I remember seeking the Father Hans study with Lev when we were children. These two rooms have nothing but junk in them anyhow. Oh, is that the tower?
Hugo, any spookers happening today?
A little bit. There was a scary little vine that appeared on the wall and it nearly strangled us, and then it disappeared.
For goodness sake.
Welcome in, Rico Peachy. I love you. Always so excited to see you.
Thank goodness that's over. What a bore. Do you think I'll have to work all day until the evening? Each day has 6 time periods, but only 3 are working periods: morning, afternoon, and dusk. I was waiting for you. Waiting for me? I almost forgot to give you this. Ointment!
Ointment for what?
I wove you too. I'm not feeling ease too well. I had to pews and both of my arms left is covered in right flu.
Oh no! You got the stabby stabbies.
Well, I hope the any side effects go by real fast.
You're so brave. Did you get colorful band-aids for your boo-boos? Like SpongeBob? Or Barbie? Or Hello Kitty?
You mentioned your hands were feeling dry, right? Oh, you didn't have to, Freya. I use it right before bed
I
every
had a fever last night. No colorful band-aid, sadly just a cotton
But
ball.
that's no fun! How are you supposed to enjoy boo-boos if you don't have pretty band-aids on them? Huh.
It does wonders for the skin. I put a little lavender in there too. Wait, you made this yourself? Of course I did, silly. That's Papa's favorite. His hands are always dry, you see. You do have a knack for this sort of thing, don't you?
Ah, so I'm told, I suppose.
Anyhow, I'd best move along before it gets late. Say, Elise,
How
I was
is
wondering...
Oopsies and you doing? Did you get pews?
No pew-pews for Oopsie, cause Oopsie doesn't like needles, and we don't have vaccination under the seat.
As for Wing, I had a bad reaction the last time I got a flu shot, so I'm not keen on getting another one.
We just isolate and talk to nobody ever. That's a strat.
Actually, I also got a bad stomach bug the other day from eating some bad fish.
Poor Wingies.
Yeah. So I was on my way to work yesterday, and I threw up in my car. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. Also, they fucked up
Not
my
your car.
Yeah, my car. Well, mostly it was in my hand, but it got on my shirt. It was not good.
Stinkies fishies.
Stinky fishies.
Yeah, so Friday, I slept because I was supposed to have overtime, right? And then 6 p.m. they texted me, oh, by the way, we canceled overtime. So I wake up at 10, like I'm supposed to, for overtime, and it's like, what do you mean it's canceled? So that messed up my sleep schedule as it was, right? And I tried to stay up, I really did, but it just didn't work out. Otherwise, I would have streamed for you. But I was just so tired, right? So that was ruined. And then, Saturday, it was my coworker's daughter's birthday. They invited me out to join them for lunch, which meant I would drive them, right? So I went over there, we had lunch, and that was when I had the fish and chips, right? And the third piece of fish was undercooked. I don't think that's what poisoned me, though. I think the poison came from Sunday when I had McDonald's. So the idea was we would go shopping on Saturday and go to Spirit Halloween. I didn't find any Keyblades or anything. I was super disappointed. Then Sunday, Sunday night, we were going on a haunted bus tour, right, where there was going to be some theatrical performances and everything. It was supposed to be spooky. So that meant I had to do overtime, sleep, and then, grab a quick dinner, and then head over there. Well, the dinner, first dinner got stolen by Uber Eats. Great. And then the second one came an hour late, so, like, I lost a lot of sleep.
And then it poisoned me. It poisoned Wing and Oopsie. By extension. So,
unpleasant. And then, oh boy. The haunted ride itself was great. The company I've kept, unfortunately, was not great. Let's just say my coworker, hit the juice pretty hard, if you catch my meaning. So, that was disappointing. I saw a side of him I didn't like. And then, I come home that night, I had to hurry and get ready for work, and then
He was drunkies.
Yeah, he was hitting the beers pretty hard. But, like, in a way that tells me he's kind of used to it, and at the same time was wasting everybody else's time. Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but he really goes out and sneaks out back for a cigarette while also chugging a beer, you know, because they offered beer at the thing, and kept asking me if I wanted one. And I'm like, I'm driving you and your kids. No, I'm not gonna drink. What the fuck? How irresponsible can you be? Like, the whole reason I'm here is to make sure you and your daughters have a good time. Because guess what? He lost his license a while back to a DUI. I didn't know until I already agreed to it. But, you know. But yeah, we were supposed to walk around town a little bit and everything, but we kept waiting on him, and so that didn't happen. And it was just, his poor daughters. That's all I can say. Even the bus tour guy caught on to it. It was facepalm. It was so very, very much facepalm. It's very embarrassing. Because, hey,
I see somebody.
So, the whole thing is, on this bus tour, is like, you know, they serve alcohol at the establishment that you can drink there. And technically you could drink on the bus, but you can't carry an open container onto the bus, right? So if you buy a beer there, you can't open it until you get on the bus, right? That's the whole thing, right? So, he bought a beer there, and they held it in the fridge for when we get ready to go, right? But in the meantime, he also bought another beer, right? And then he says, yeah, I'm just gonna sip on this real quick, and then we got an hour left until the bus leaves. Let's walk around town for a bit. Sounds like a great idea, right? Yeah. He sips his beer, then he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Goes to the bathroom. And then he proceeds to hide out back to smoke another cigarette, not telling any of us. So we're waiting for him in this really crowded club, basically, for, you know, all that time, wondering where the frick he's at, right? I thought he died in the bathroom. So, now it turns out he just went out back, didn't respect our time whatsoever. Great. Whatever. And then they call us for boarding, like, you know, after we waited so long for him to get back that there was no time to walk around, right? I was pretty upset. They were pretty upset, but whatever. We get on the bus. The whole tour is going great. It was fantastic. You know, they showed us the so-called haunted spots where all these grisly murders happen, and there were these skits where okay, first of all, the tour guide was this lovely lady who was dressed as a siren, like she was all fishy and everything, and she sang songs and did comedic skits and told jokes, and every few minutes there was a guy who would hop on the bus dressed in a different costume and they would do a skit together. Like, there was the Mothman, there was some other Greek mythical creature, there was a pig man, and so on and so forth, right? And I didn't know Zelda Fitzgerald apparently died here in Asheville, by the way. I had no idea. Now I know. So that was interesting to learn. Anywho, so we get near the end, and she warns us 7 to 8 minutes until we arrive back at the station, right? So if you have any beers on you, finish them now. And that is when he realized, oh wait, I never got my beer, and he felt the need to tell the tour guide, I never got my beer. And you know, he's laughing about it. It's like, oh wait, I never got my beer. And she's like, you never got your beer? He's like, I didn't get my beer. And they're just laughing, and she's just like looking awkwardly at his daughters in the next seat over. And she's like, is this your father? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, well, don't worry, honey. When we get him back, we'll get him his beer. And I'm just like, ugh, face palming. Because, like, by that time, it's clear that he's had a few. Alright, he doesn't need another freaking one. But yeah, so we get back, and the whole thing was he just forgot to ask for his beer before we left, right? So it was still in the fridge waiting for him. It was nuts. And he's like, man, you know, I thought they would have brought it to me on the bus. And his daughters had to be like, no. They said you had to grab it before you left. They told you that. When did they tell me that? When you bought it. Oh, I don't remember them telling me that. Well, no shit. You were, oh, God. Again, he kept asking me, are you sure you don't want a beer wing? And I'm like, I don't want a beer. I'm driving. In fact, I'm supposed to be driving soon. I gotta get to work. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know, it's fine. You know, you go and we'll just hang around and walk around the city and, you know, we'll get an Uber home. I'm like, are you sure? And I look at the girls and I'm like, hey, do you want to go home?
Happy Halloween.
Hey, Blue Moon, welcome in. Happy Halloween. You got some candy?
And, yeah, so they're like, I'm like, do you want to go home? And they're like, yeah, we want to go home now. And he's like, oh, okay. You girls get yourself a hot chocolate, and I'm just gonna go in the back and go to the bathroom real quick. He doesn't go to the bathroom, he goes to take another fucking smoke. So we stand there for another 35 minutes, waiting for this guy to get back from having a cigarette, and also finish his beer. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he comes back and he tells the girls, hey, guess what? And we're like, what? And he's like, I met the crew. I met the siren and the other actor, and I got to shake their hands and have a chat with them. It's like, oh, isn't that a lovely experience you could have shared with your daughters? But no, you had to go out back and have another drink and a smoke. So I was pretty pissed, and I'm like, and you didn't even tip them. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't tip them. That's right, you did not tip them. So now he's freaking about tipping them, and I'm glad he's fucking freaking out, because he's been rude this entire night.
Candy! Woo!
Here's some.
Yay! Candy, 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 candy! Oopsie loves candy. So much.
Not for you, Oopsie.
None for Oopsie? Why not? Oopsie deserves candy and all the lollipops.
Yeah, so sorry to go to a rant there, but yeah,
Donuts! Donuts! Yeah, that's
Because
what Oopsie wants.
Oopsie gets donuts.
Oopsie gets the donuts! Yay! Huzzah! Oopsie gets the donuts. Oopsie gets
yeah, after all that, drive home, throw up in my car. Because of some bad McDonald's.
Oh no, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had to call out sick after all that trouble I went through to get back home on time to even get to work. But yeah, I was.
I'm so sorry, sweetie.
It's okay. I mean, I was feeling kind of off
Why
during
why'd
the whole
I say
thing.
that? You're not a child.
Hey, I'm still sweet though. If I go outside in the rain, I do melt. So I'm told.
Ha 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 ha.
It's sweet and spicy.
Oh my goodness. But
Technicolor RAM. Thanks for subscribing. Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween.
Hope you're doing well and have a safe and spooky day.
Peachy
I'm
lurk,
melting, I'm
peachy
melting.
OMG wing,
What a world,
WV
what a
Sora jig
world.
wing, WVR twirl.
Oh my.
Oh my! Welcome in, Ram. Thank you for the resubbies. Oh my goodness! Thank you, 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 thank you.
how are you doing, Ram? Happy Halloween! Sorry, we're gonna continue this game in just a second. I was just ranting about
How I got sicky wicky.
and
Sorry, didn't want to interrupt your story, XD.
no.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Hope
Halloween
you're
to
doing
you
well
too,
and have
Ram.
a safe and spooky day. Peachy lurk, peachy OMG wing, WV Sora jig wing, WVR twirl.
Oh heck.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm getting all sweaty. I got angry. Now I'm all sweaty. Tabino.
Oh my goodness. I hope you're having a good day. How you doing?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I meant to come yesterday. That's what she said. But my throat was a little messed up, as you can imagine. It's probably gonna get messed up again, because
Oopsie's playing today. In this totally innocent and not scary game whatsoever. I heard this game is extremely cute, and that there's nothing scary for
Take care of
Oopsies.
yourself and get plenty of rest.
I shall.
yeah, today I wanted to have fun with you guys. It is Halloween, so that is why the camera is not off. I might be too scary for the camera. No, I'm kidding. I just can't be bothered. So yeah, tonight is trick or treat night, and I was supposed to go over there again to do face paint and everything. Well, guess what? My face paint kit got lost during the move, so I'm like, frick, shit. Now I already have plenty of professional makeup, right? With all these different palettes and stuff that would be perfect for Halloween. Like one of them wanted to be a vampire, and the other, she didn't know what she wanted to be, but like I had plenty, right? No problem. But just in case, I wanted to get the basics, you know, like the white cream and the black cream, and, you know, the things you would definitely need for
The spooky Halloween.
and so I ordered some stuff on from Party City and a backup makeup case just in case, right? And I got a text today saying that they canceled, so I wasted my money for nothing.
Is there Ilani Spookies?
Reading me a story, spookies? Oh, we do have some spooky
Any.
stories.
I'm backies, I took pup her out.
Well, you're just back in time for a spooky story.
Hi Peachy.
I do have some spooky ones. I don't know if they're Oopsie related, but we got some spooky ones in here. Let's see here.
Well, one of the peaches. I'm Peach, not Peachy, and hello. There is only one peach.
You're all silly.
Let's see here. I forgot the website. Okay. How could I forget the website? Okay, my works. Let's see here. have one Halloween chapter. It gets a little spicy at the end, but it's one of my favorite ones.
Is Tibby dressing up?
Huh? I'm sorry. Tibby? Oh no. He usually does, but lately he's been a bad boy. Let's see here. Okay, so we got a Halloween themed chapter. And actually Ram has some wonderful art that goes with it. I think it's
A
censored
bad
enough.
boy, or a needy boy?
He's been so needy and naughty. He, destroyed the front door. And, escaped again, climbed up the hill while I was wearing a nice dress, and so I had to chase after him. It was not fun.
Tibby's is a very good boy, he can't help it, he's a kitty.
This is true, this is true. Let's see here, I need to find the, where's the box that I load so I can read? Goodness. Usually I have a read box. Here we go. Okay. So this is from the long fic. Sora and Riku have their own treehouse house, and it's Halloween. They have their son Hoku, and it's a good time. It's a good time. Here, let me mute this. Riku stirred awake to the sound of the crispy leaves rustling above their treehouse. Late autumn was definitely here, but that's the thing about living on a tropical island. The seasons technically have names, but really it's just hot, cool, windy, or wet. So this is the windy season that comes shortly before the long wet season that would normally be snow season on other worlds. Riku much preferred the windy season over the wet season. Windy season meant cozy sweaters, reading more books, seasonal food, and of course, it's spooky season! Compared to the typical winter holiday celebrations, Riku much preferred Halloween decorating. Both were nice, but Halloween was a time to get creative. Plus, he has a child now, thus he can enjoy it now in a whole new way. Luckily for him, as an added bonus, he married a man who loves Halloween just as much as he does, if not even more. Sure, there were a few years during his teens and early adulthood where he lost his enthusiasm for the holiday in favor of trying to be more mature, and while dealing with so many other things, but Sora was the one who reminded him how much he used to love it with trips to Halloween Town, and by pointing out that Riku was the one who drew so many spooky doodles in the cave. Now, for the first time ever, they're removing a portion of the protective barriers around their home to greet trick-or-treaters, and maybe pull a few pranks on any nosy teenagers along the way. But first, they were taking Hoku trick-or-treating with Kila's family and some other kids. The only potential downside is that he lost the bet with Sora about what Hoku wanted to be for Halloween this year. He bet Sora that Hoku would be a dragon. Sora disagreed. They both agreed that whoever won would get to pick a costume for the other to wear. His darling, darling son, who he loves so very, very much, disappointed him for the first time ever. He asked to be a ghost. but not just any ghost. A dragon dressed as a ghost. Sorry. Just remembering.
WTF, huh?
Just remembering the long argument he had with his husband over who actually won the bet made him cringe so hard enough to facepalm, mostly because Hoku had to step
That's
in
a
and settle
hell
the
of a
dispute.
gotcha, bitch.
Right. He says he wants to be a dragon with a ghost costume. That's dressing up as a dragon, Riku argued. A dragon in a ghost costume is a ghost. The top layer is the actual costume, Sora argued back. Hoku poked his head into the bedroom. Daddy! I am a dragon, remember? And I want to dress up as a ghost, he clarified for both of them. Oh, right. Their son is a dragon.
No, a dragon in a ghost costume is still a dragon.
No, Hoku is a dragon. He's just dressing up as a ghost. Therefore, the ghost is a costume. All right, their son's a dragon. Of course. How could Riku have forgotten?
Hashtag Team Dragon.
Team Dragon! The twin cheeky grins on both his husband and son's faces when Riku ended up being in the wrong would make Riku laugh, if he still wasn't a little sore about losing the bet. He doesn't have a clue what Sora has picked for him yet, and Sora is using magic to transform them both, like in Halloween Town, so that they would have more time to focus on decorating and making the perfect costume for Hoku. He can only hope that it isn't anything too embarrassing. Speaking of his oh-so-lovely and perfect husband, said man was still sleeping soundly on his arm, as usual. He dressed in his dark red button-up nightgown, and would you look at that? Oh, no. He blue-balled Sora. Okay. Daddy, what's blue ball? Don't worry about it.
No skipping.
I skipped, okay? Don't worry about it.
Ha.
Daddy's just being silly and should watch his mouth, Riku shouted behind him as he picked up their son to carry him downstairs. Well, Daddy shouldn't be mean to Daddy first thing in the morning, Sora yelled back as he stumbled into some clothes.
At least it's not asking about blue W asterisk fkes.
Hoku buried his face in Riku's neck as he was carried. Are you and Daddy fighting? No, little man. Riku chuckled as he carried into the kitchen. You excited
I don't
for today?
even fully understand what a blue waffle is.
I hope you're not asking me.
Maybe Google has answered.
No! No. We will not go into that.
Okay,
You wanted
yes,
You wanted a story, you're getting a story. We're not diverting to the waffle discussion. You excited for today? A little. Is my costume ready? He asked.
Yes, boss.
As sleepily as Riku sat him down in his chair. Almost, Riku answered confidently as he poured Hoku a bowl of cereal. Sorry, we need to go to the grocery store soon, don't we? It's okay. I like Mr. Crunchies too, Hoku giggled as he ate the sugary peanut butter flavored cereal. It's not as good as pancakes or eggs, but it'll do. Riku chuckled and patted his head affectionately. Eat up and then we'll get you in the bath and do your homework, okay? Then we'll finish the Halloween decorations. Okay! For the holiday, Sora had taken the gummy ship to Halloween Town to get the best pumpkins available, the finest the Pumpkin King could offer, plus some of his best Halloween tips. And since they were lowering the barriers for the first time, Sora and Riku wanted to make something really special that Hoku and his friends could enjoy, and something to scare the more mischievous older kids later. For the younger kids, they arranged a little kid-friendly haunted trail near the front of their wooded property that was essentially a small bamboo grove, and lined it with sheet ghosts, lit jack-o'-lanterns courtesy of Jack Skellington, and fluttering paper bats. Any who were brave enough to make it to the end of the short trail would be rewarded with candy from Sora and Riku, but after the kids go home, that's another story. For now, they finished the last of the kid-friendly decorations and put up a little sign that said when the woods would be open for exploration to give the other parents plenty of advance warning if they wanted to bring their kids by. And I gotta go check on the cat. He's doing something. I'll be right back.
Tibby.
Little bugger so fast. Alright, oh, shoot. I should get another water. I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Tibby getting swole off exercise.
He is. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, where was I? A little sign with the woods be open for exploration to give the other parents plenty of advance warning if they wanted to bring their kids by. But they had to put up a specific time because they wanted to take Hoku trick-or-treating first with Keela and their family. And even after all of this, they weren't done because thanks to the time zone difference between worlds, it would be Halloween again tomorrow in Radiant Garden, where the whole town had arranged a special trick-or-treat event for all the kids to enjoy. I'm out of breath. Chasing the cat. Including the students and orphans from the Keyblade Academy. So naturally, Hoku...
Hydrate.
Thank you. As well as the other Keyblade wielders, and to mention having 2 Halloweens, who could refuse? So needless to say, this was going to be a busy weekend, and Hoku's costume is going to need to be durable, enough to last 2 days. Easier said than done. Any normal parent in their shoes would probably have put Hoku's dragon hoodie on him and thrown a chic ghost costume on top of it and called it a day, because he's 5, and his standards shouldn't be that high. But no! Not Sora and Riku's-san, not when they have magic and Moogle stores at their disposal. ... Okay, so maybe they did utilize Hoku's hoodie for a good portion of it, but to make it ghostly, Riku took it outside to spray it down with non-stick flour in a can stuff used for baking until it was powdery white and let it dry in the sun. He just sprayed powder all over his hoodie. It clung enough to the fabric to do the trick, but he'll definitely have to beat the crap out of it later to knock the flour off before he puts it in the wash, or it's really going to be a mess and Hoku will never forgive him. To make Hoku ghostly, they were going to give him a pale complexion and paint his teeth with black food coloring to make his teeth look pointy like a dragon's. Sora made Hoku some dragon claws by making little
Just throw it in the wash. What's the worst that can happen?
Peachy, welcome in! Thank you for the Sora Happy Meals.
We're just taking a quick diversion to read a spooky Halloween chapter that Blue Moon Kraken has cashed in.
I hope you're having a good one. Happy Halloween!
We're playing that new Square Enix game that got dropped today. So,
Hi Wing. Hi Blue.
And Tibby's playing in a box.
We now have
both
peaches. Happy Halloween.
making little gauntlets out of
Happy
white socks
Halloween.
and gluing some white claws to the part that go over the knuckles so Hoku could still make use of his hands. Riku grabbed them after they were done drying to file the claws
We
down.
made so many fun treats for today.
Ooh, what kind of treats did you make?
Do you hear Tibby with the box in the background? I am so sorry, but at least it's keeping him entertained. I have a giant box that my mattress came in, and now that I've tipped it over, Tibby loves it to death. So it's going to be hard to throw that one away. Riku grabbed them after they were done drying to file the claws down so that they wouldn't be sharp, as he didn't exactly expect Sora to use real claws. As to which creature they came from originally, Riku wasn't sure he wanted to know. But apparently he ruined them so that they can't be used as alchemy materials later when Hoku was done with them. Oh well, knowing Sora, he probably has thousands more from where those came from. Our little hoarder. As for the dragon's ghost costume, it wasn't a sheet. They tried. They really did. They used one of Riku's old white t-shirts and tried to dress it up to be ghost-ish, with the whole head hole sewn up just enough that Hoku's hoodie horns would comedically stick out of it. But then they had to cut another face hole for Hoku to see from, and more holes in the back for his back spikes to stick out of, as well as the hoodie tail that sprouted overnight, as if it knew what it was getting used for. Now, why it couldn't also be smart enough to turn white for Riku's convenience, the Silverette will
Graveyard
never know.
brownies, as in brownies with green frosting and tombstone candy pieces and some gummy worms, cupcakes, Rice Krispie treats with Halloween food dye colors for the marshmallow, some
Ooh.
punch with gummy eyeball ice cubes and kitty cat ice cubes. And we are ordering pizzas.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. Except for the gummy worms, you can have those.
Wow, that's quite a spread. That's awesome.
What?
I don't like gummy worms. They're chewy.
But they're the trolley sour ones.
Yeah, more for you. But oh well. Lastly, they made Hoku
More for me indeed.
more for
Ilk share with Oopsie.
Ooh. Oopsie doesn't know what those taste like.
Lastly, they made Hoku some shoe covers that also look like dragon's feet made out of carved styrofoam. And for the toe claws this time, Riku did not let Sora attach more claws, so Hoku wouldn't accidentally kick anything with him. Instead, he cut some old chair foam into some spikes and superglued them to the toes and spray painted it all white. Once Hoku tried on the dragon feet, he was delighted. "Look, my feet are as big as Daddy's!" he gleed while pointing at Sora, and Riku laughed for at least 20 minutes, instantly gratified for all of his efforts. Tiberius, stop it. The hardest part had to be finding a way to cover Hoku's legs. It was going to be cold, so it's not like they could send him out in white tights. Tiberius, I swear, if you don't stop, you're gonna go in the kitty cage.
Tibby knows it's the day for chaos.
Right? They had to find white pants, and time was short. When Keela's mom called to confirm they were still trick-or-treating, they told her about the situation, and she mentioned Keela had some leggings that might work, and they brought Hoku over to try them on. That's when Hoku and Keela discovered they were very close to the same size, and from the way they both lit up when they learned this information, you would have thought Christmas had come early. After that, they couldn't wait to start trading clothes with each other, and were already making plans about trading. And Sora and Riku were forced to step in and interrupt by carrying Hoku home before they overstayed their welcome. With Keela's white leggings, the costume was complete. To thank Keela for her generosity, Hoku lent her his favorite divine bandana to go with her thief costume. They were in business. But Riku still hadn't found out what Sora had planned for his costume. It was literally right after they got Hoku ready to go that Sora pulled Riku into the bedroom and cast form change magic over them when Riku finally got to see
Oh no, poor Riku.
what Sora had picked for him. It was basically his Halloween Town form, but a little less ornate to make it look more homemade, and obviously less ectoplasmic and ethereal since no magic. Duh. Basically, he was a ghostly night watchman, all white with gleaming red eyes, a flowing cape, and embroidered armored tunic with the tights, boots, and codpiece to match. Basically, he's like,
So this is a KHTNBC crossover FIC?
No, this isn't, well, Nightmare Before Christmas is a world in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Halloween Town, but,
Oh right.
now my brain crashed. So basically, Riku is
I
kind of
knew
dressed
that I was testing you.
like Have you seen Labyrinth? He's dressed like David Bowie in Labyrinth. But with red eyes. The Goblin King. But we're gonna go with Night Watchman. Tiberius, if you don't
Oh
stop.
Daddy Bowie.
I saw my baby crying hard as babe could cry. I'm done. Okay, I'm sorry. Riku was happy to see this version's sleeves weren't as poofy in the shoulders and felt a little more flowy, but from the way Sora was drooling at him like he had been struck brain dead, he was apparently bordering on—
What is David Bowie's fave weapon? A Bowie knife.
Stop! He was bordering on too sexy for trick-or-treating. Sora, really? You couldn't have given me looser pants? Nah. Sora shook his head defiantly like a child, while still drooling like an idiot. Besides, you look great! Really spooky. Oh, really? Riku smirked across his arms, unconvinced. Yeah, look in the mirror again, Sora urged by turning him around. Riku glanced again. Oh, Sora did add something. Around his eyes were veiny red lines that radiated outward like busted blood vessels. Nice! Okay, now we're talking, he grinned, but then he saw his teeth were jagged. Not sharp like fangs, but definitely scary looking. Well, these will be fun to bite you with later, he teased Sora and turned back around to see Sora had changed into his pirate form, but with a twist. His sun-kissed skin had become ashy and pale like his Halloween Town complexion, and he too was grinning to show he was sporting his vampire fangs and had little blood dribbles on his chin. Wait, are you a vampiric pirate? He asked. Sora smiled gleefully. Sure am. So I think it's me who's going to be doing all the biting, he purred as he slinked up to Riku and wrapped his arms around him to feel him up in his tight clothes as he threatened to nibble at his neck. But Riku merely had to stand on his toes to avoid it, making the brunette whine and pout. Hey, no fair! If you wanted to be fair, you shouldn't have given my boots all this extra heel, Riku pointed out. But you look so hot with extra heels, Sora protested. They make your glutes flex.
Extra what? Whoa.
Heel! Extra heel! He's got high heels on. Riku flushed. Sora! We're taking our child trick-or-treating here!
Hold on now.
Yeah, but Riku, after he goes to bed, we're pulling out all
Gets
the
a
stops.
fan.
And I mean all of them, Sora purred as he grinned up at him cheekily. Besides, adults are supposed to dress sexy for Halloween anyway. Riku rolled his eyes, but he couldn't argue with his logic. Well, I guess that's sort of true. At least you made it spooky, too. Damn right! I gotta scare away anybody that might try to mount your horse, Sora. Sora!
God damn it.
Riku tried to reach and grab the pirate's booty to punish him for that remark.
Sora yiled.
But the brunette dug low to dodge his grabby hands and ran out of the door before he could catch him, giggling the whole way down the stairs. Oh my god, I'm getting so sweaty. I'm laughing so hard. Hoku had the time of his life trick-or-treating with Keela. Both got lots of compliments on their costumes. Hoku was pleased as punch whenever he got to explain how clever his costume is again, all while Sora and Riku had fun hanging out with Keela's parents in the meantime. They were dressed as ketchup and mustard, but in the way that Keela's dad wore all yellow and had mustard written on his shirt, and Keela's mom wore all red with a red wig and wrote ketchup on her shirt. Of course, everybody was blown away by Sora and Riku's costumes, but one set of parents passing by actually scolded them for clearly putting more effort into their costumes than their kids. "Excuse you, you landlubber!" Sora shouted after them. "Don't be blowing cannons unless you know what you're shooting at. I've had this costume since before we spawned." Riku facepalmed. Spawned? Really? That was the most piratey word he could come up with for their child being born? Hoku tugged on Riku's cape. "Daddy, what's spawn mean?" "Never mind, your dad's just being silly." Riku assured him and took his hand to lead him to the next house, while Sora lagged behind to keep making threatening hisses at the rude parents like he really was a vampire stalking him with his fangs out and everything. "Sora, keep up!" Sora cackled as he ran to catch up with him. "That's Captain Sora! I won't take insubordination from you, too!" Keela giggled between her parents while her older brother walked way further ahead of them to avoid being associated with them. He's dressed as a devil, basically all red with a black pointed tail sewn onto the seat of his pants, some horns on a headband, and a painted black goatee with a curly mustache and thick drawn-on eyebrows. Classic. At the next house, Keela's mother gave Sora a low five when he managed to spook the rude lady again just by suddenly turning and hissing at her when she showed up at the same house they were at. This time, she actually screamed and picked up her kid to go to a house 3 doors down while her husband tried to keep up. Sora and Keela... Tiberius, please, stop it. Sora and Keela's mom continued to snicker between them as they continued to hear the mom whine and complain about freaks, even from all the way down the street. "Serves her right," Keela's mom laughed. Sora giggled appreciatively. Seriously though, she had no room to talk. Her kid was dressed in something she clearly bought from the store. That requires no effort. "Tiberius, I swear! No, stop it! Stop it! That boy."
Tibby, do it, you know you want to.
Don't you encourage him. That requires no effort. Riku smirked and wrapped around Sora's an arm around Sora's waist to pull him close to his hip. "Yeah, but you didn't have to make them piss themselves with fear," he said quietly so the kids couldn't hear. But Keela's dad doubled over laughing, while Keela's mother leaned on him, clutching her middle while she cry-laughed with him. "What are you talking about? Of course he did!" Keela's dad cackled once he caught a breath. "She not only insulted you, she insulted your kid. I would have done the same thing if she said that to me. Even worse if Keela heard." "Yeah, and didn't you make most of Hoku's costume, Riku?" Keela's mom asked. You can't tell me you weren't mad." "Oh, I was, but I have a feeling they don't know we're the ones who live in the woods, you see." Riku grinned wickedly. Sora's eyes whined at his husband's deviousness. "Ooh, what are we going to do to them?" he asked as he clenched his fist giddily. Ooh, I want in," Keela's mom begged. "Please! She throws her dog's poop in my garden. I want to get her back." "Me too," Keela's dad joined in. "Her husband keeps taking extra donuts from the lunchroom. That crime can't keep going unpunished." Sora gasped.
TP and eggs.
"Certainly not! That's unforgivable! That's bad pirating!" Riku facepalmed. "Sora, my love, all pirating is bad." "Shh!" Sora hissed. "Don't ruin the magic for Hoku." "Sora, he already knows that pirates are bad guys. Come on now." Sora's jaw dropped as he clutched his chest dramatically like he'd just been mortally wounded. "No, say it isn't so. My son, my own flesh and blood,
excuse you Riku, you bish.
doesn't like pirates? Sora, your spawn, as you so eloquently put it a minute ago, likes
He'll
dragons."
have you know some pirates are cool.
"I don't think he cares about pirates either way," Riku pointed out. Sora still sniffled. "It's okay. I'll be okay." "Oh, stop it," Riku laughed as he playfully gave him a shove towards the next house. "Get moving or you'll be walking the plank, Captain." The rest of the trick-or-treating went so successfully that Hoku's pillowcase was fit to bursting, and Sora and Riku were actually forced to carry some of his haul in their pockets in order to lighten his load. and totally not to snack on when the kids weren't looking. So it was a perfect time to hurry back to their place so they could greet their own trick-or-treating visitors. Hoku even helped by hiding in different spots on the short trail to jump out and spook the kids, most of which were his classmates, so they all had a good laugh. Oh, but when the opinionated parents...
Oh yes, that's smart. Let it all melt and get squishy in the pockets.
Maybe it was hard candy. Hard. Hoku quickly swooped in to take their kid's hand and lead them to the end of the trail by telling him, "I'll show you how to get there first. Can't stop you from taking more than one piece," and getting him away from his parents so fast that they couldn't keep up. This gave Sora, Riku, and Keela's parents the perfect opportunity to scare the living shit out of them, with Sora and Riku springing out of the trees and baring bloody fangs and teeth while cackling loudly in the dark, and Keela's parents jumping out to hose them down with loaded homemade fire extinguishers, which were basically just a lot of shaken up baking soda and vinegar released from bottles that shot compressed gas and foam at them at a startlingly high amount of pressure, and covered them both in foam and sticky, stinky white vinegar. They all screamed bloody murder as they ran back for the road, and their kid was none the wiser as he happily walked back with Hoku and a haul of extra candy. As he walked back, he saw Sora and Riku and happily giggled before saying, "Thank you, Mr. Sora! Thank you, Mr. Riku!" politely, and catching up with his parents. The two men laughed and gave him a friendly wave goodbye and wished him happy Halloween before they gave Hoku and Keela's parents high fives. Hoku ran behind one of the trees to call out for Keela. "Keela, did you get the picture?" Keela gave a huge thumbs up and grinned cheekily as she proudly held up the instant picture she snapped of the whole thing. "Great job, sweetheart," her dad praised and scooped her up. "This will look great in the album," he cackled. "Here, you two have this one." He tossed Sora a really good one of Riku making the donut-filching dad cower with fear in a ball on the ground just before he got hosed with vinegar. "Nice!" Sora cheered and showed Riku, who laughed quietly in his hand as he didn't want to look too pleased with himself for making a grown man cry. At least they were nice enough to ensure their kid didn't get to see any of it. After a couple of hours, it was time for Wing to get a drink. It was time for all the younger trick-or-treaters to be taken home as the curfew for younger kids was fast approaching. So Sora and Riku closed up shop temporarily to carry Hoku to bed, who had fallen asleep in Riku's lap about 20 minutes ago. It was pretty funny trying to get his costume off of him while his body flopped about limply like a rag doll, especially when it came to getting Riku's repurposed shirt off of him. But they managed to do that and wash his face before getting him to bed and kissing him goodnight. After that, they cast a noise silencing spell, grabbed the baby monitor, and put Donut in charge before they hurried back outside to begin phase 2 of their Halloween plans. With a bit of magic that he learned from Master Yin Sid, Sora waved his hands about in big swooping motions to clear out the child-friendly decorations and bring in the really scary decorations. Spider webs as big as bed sheets draped themselves between stalks of bamboo. Giant fuzzy fake spiders roamed across the forest floor. Glowing red bats hung from upside down from the branches as they screeched and flapped their wings at anyone who dared pass. At anyone who dared pass, that's a typo, excuse me. Glowing ghostly green orbs drifted lazily between the trees, haunting the paths while also keeping them lit so nobody actually trips and hurts themselves. 'Cause you don't want that liability, no siree. And lots of fake skeletons were arranged here and there, dressed as trick-or-treaters or teenagers who have wandered too far. All of it was sure to terrify any trespassers looking for a thrill. Excuse me. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Sora and Riku, of course, will also be hiding to supervise, but also prank and scare as they please. Anyone who manages to get past them to get a glance at the actual house is greeted by a spooky sight of the overly decorated treehouse. It already looks strange and whimsical on its own, but with giant spider webs, crows, different spooky colored flickering lights in all the windows, rustling leaves, pentagrams in the sand, and bottles with mysterious colorful liquids hanging from twine on the staircase, it looks like the home of some demented warlocks. Sora had even cast a very mild continuous lightning spell to keep the dark sky flashing ominously and further add to the ambiance. With Sora and Riku's clashing ideas of what's actually scary combined, it was certainly a very disorienting and creepy assault to the senses if the woods weren't already bad enough. To further add to the mystery, nobody will be able to look at the site for very long, as Sora and Riku put a spell on the threshold that will transport anybody loitering for more than 3 seconds back to the beginning of the trail in the front of the main road, where they'll be sure to scare the crap out of anybody who might be entering the trail right at that moment. Once all the preparations were made, Sora and Riku each grabbed a satchel of candy to carry and hid in the woods to scare their visitors, and toss candy at them too. At first they had a lot of fun working together, but word quickly spread about the mysterious house that suddenly showed up in the woods, that the locals have long since accepted as being impenetrable. Within the hour, more and more curious teens and even young adults started showing up to see it, and challenge each other to run the gauntlet of terrors. After that, Sora and Riku started splitting up more, with Sora and using flow motion in the trees to get the drop on them, and Riku using flares of dark dark fire magic to scare them into running before chasing after them while shouting threats of taking their heads off, or eating their hearts, or roasting them for dinner. A vengeful spirit, while Sora played the playful prankster. Eventually, Officer Cherry came around to tell them off, and Sora and Riku hurried to disperse the over-the-top horrors so they could play innocent. "We were just handing out candy," Sora insisted. "But shiver me timbers, everybody sure is loud. Arr!" "Indeed," Riku smirked. "Our kid is trying to sleep, you know. Also, it seems we've been having quite a few trespassers rather than trick-or-treaters." Their little remarks were definitely enough to fluster Officer Cherry, who now made it his personal mission to get all the teens in the neighborhood back in line with a vengeance, lest people think he's starting to lose his touch. It was funny for a minute, until he actually started succeeding and the visitors became less frequent very quickly. But of course, in the lulls between the spooks, Sora and Riku were all over each other under the cover of dark. The spooky atmosphere somehow a real turn-on for both of them, and paired with how good they looked in their costumes, the night was getting pretty heated. Sora kept sneaking bites at Riku's neck and getting interrupted by the arrival of more guests, so they were often left to bleed and added more to Riku's look before he healed the marks again.
Hi, just trying to wake up before work. In the middle of working 9 days in a row.
Hey! How you doing, Phil? Happy Halloween! Welcome in. 9 days in a row. Wow. Hang in there, buddy. You got this. Riku kept...
Halloween? I got a rock.
A rock? Nice. I want a rock.
Excuse me, I need some more water now. Reading is so much work. We're almost done, though, I promise. Because, the last half of this chapter is all naughty. Riku kept slipping his cold hands under Sora's clothes, making him mew adorably, but of course the noises sounded much scarier in the woods, as he used his body to warm his hands, and of course cop a feel in all of his favorite places while he's at it. The thrill of nearly getting caught each time made it sexy, too. Then it became a game of seeing how far they could go before they're interrupted again. At one point, Riku had gotten the jump on Sora to spook him instead, and pinned him to a tree to give him a good tease. Okay, okay, alright. If he kept this up, Sora wouldn't be able to let him go, and then what would happen? Okay. Eventually, the neighborhood cops started driving around to enforce the curfew, which had been extended for the holiday, but now was very much over, and once all the miners started going home, most everybody was off the streets. The only adults left were the ones stumbling home from their parties, and thus Sora, Peachy nose, and Riku once again raised the barriers that closed their home off from the outside world. Together, they walked back to the treehouse, hand in hand, still giggling and giddy from all the mischief they caused. We should do this every year, Sora giggled. I think so too. I kind of like the idea of being the terrifying neighborhood warlock after all, Riku agreed with a cheeky grin. We're gonna be legendary, Sora cackled. There will be urban myths about us for years to come. Riku laughed and playfully picked Sora up to spin him around. Yes, the myth of the terrifying little vampiric pirate minx who moans for the return of his lost lover. Sora giggled with glee and they're so cute, I can't stand it. Sora giggled with glee and wrapped his arms around Riku's neck to press his forehead to his while he contributed to Riku's little story narrative. A lover, they say, who was once a handsome night watchman who disappeared mysteriously and haunts the woods to this very day. And only on Halloween night can the two lovers reunite to exact their lust-driven revenge on any who dare interrupt their annual romantic rendezvous. Riku practically purred. Ooh, Sora gleed. So spooky and so hot. I love it. Riku laughed and pulled his head away so he could concentrate on walking again, not bothering to put the smaller man down since they were already there. But Sora carefully squirmed out of his grip anyway to dismiss the magic on their clothes so that their clattering and rattling costumes wouldn't disturb their sleeping son, leaving them back in their t-shirts and joggers, which exposed them pretty quickly to the biting cold of the night air. Oof, Riku shivered. I'm gonna double check the heater before we go to bed. I'll see you there in a sec. Sora nodded and dismissed the lightning spell too. Don't keep me waiting too long, my spectral stud. They're too much! He snickered, earning a blush from Riku, who gave him a playful shove before leaving to carry out his task. Pleased with himself, Sora ran quietly for the bedroom and emptied the rest of the candy and sweets from his pockets on the bed in a little pile for them to enjoy. He kind of wishes he had a chance to be... Okay! You know what? That's the rest. That's the rest. We're done. We're done. There is some great art by Ram here, but basically Sora draped a tissue over his manly bits and called it a ghost. I mean, you can't see anything, but... Yeah, you can't see anything, but there it is. It's just a ghost. It's just a ghost puppet. Alright, back to the game. Thank you for cashing in your points. Oopsie's gonna go back to playing his game now. It's not scary at all. No story. Not scary. So, back to this game. There's apparently a lesbian romance thing that's happened. Like, everybody says you can romance the girls. Like, you get to go on dates with all these little characters. I don't know how... That's a first, I guess, for me. So let's see how it goes. Let me know if the volume is too loud for the game. Let me know if I'm too loud. I adjusted some microphone settings. Let me know if you can't hear me or whatever. You know, the huge. Where were we? I'm gonna pick some flowers this afternoon up in the mountains. Flowers? I thought maybe you might care to join me, if you'd like. Alright, I'll be there, Freya. That's wonderful. Have a nice day, Elise. Oh no, we have too many dates planned already. Shoot. What's gotten into her? Suspicion of what? So I guess these are all the girls we can romance. Are we the witch? Is that why there's a suspicion thing? I don't understand. Oh, save point. We can't all leave Kaferberg over this nonsense. Leaving? Who's leaving? Oh, at least it's that witch folks keep wittering on about. That windstorm couldn't have been a mere coincidence. Old joking. Calm down, Brunhild. Think of your baby. Now, I'm not one to believe such things, but I thought you weren't buying into this nonsense, Mrs. Bertha. Why, who are you to say it's nonsense, Elise? You're jumping to conclusions, I say. We all know old Jenkins making too much of it, as usual. Oh, I hope you're right. Of course we do, Elise. It's just, last night was so frightening and left us all wondering. I understand, Mrs. Dorothy. Yet fretting like this isn't... Worrying like this won't get us anywhere. Truly, Mrs. Bertha. You're right.
I heard of this game before. Almost thought of buying it. How is it so far?
I'm not sure. We've only been playing for about 20 minutes. Suspicion down. Hooray. Puppy! What a mess. I won't be going through here anytime soon, I suppose. Right, now, I think we're supposed to work. Well, isn't that convenient? Conveniently inconvenient. Ah, you come by just in time, Elise. You seem a little anxious, Mrs. Elma. How can I not be with all this rubbish scattered about in town? Anyhow, won't you help me? Won't you fetch me some apples? All right, I'll do it. I'll lend you a hand, Mrs. Elma. See that? You bring me the absolute ripest. You hear? Only makes me want to bring her the rotten ones. How many apples do these folks need, anyhow? Oh no!
It's raining apples!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
The reading was amazing.
Oh no! Thank you, Boo Boo. No good at these games. do, I suppose. I would have been better off asking Freya instead, perhaps. Oh, bitch! Why didn't you ask her then? Oh, I will next time. Bitch, this untitled little hag.
Her run cycle on the loading screen reminds me of Sailor Moon.
Right? Alright, which date should we go to? Have you seen Miffy by any chance? I want to make sure she's doing her daily read. She's awfully behind. Oh, no, I haven't. Have you tried asking Mrs. Worley? I was told she's fixed the well for water, but she's not there. Oh, at least I can only pray she's alright. She does wander quite often, doesn't she? Won't you please tell her if you see her? So we got 2 dates we could go to. We got our friend Freya, who's very nice and gave us ointment for our hands, or we got the bitchy priest's daughter or whatever, who wants to meet us up in the tower. She said meet her behind in the flower grove, I think. I was way off. That's not a flower grove, but okay, let's go. Where am I going? I don't know. How do we get to the viewpoint? Wheel!
Elise!
I'm so glad you made the time! I was curious about the maypole, I suppose. Come now, I've been picking some flowers. Won't they wilt if you pick them now? Oh, I'm still playing with the colors. Papa's lending me a hand to dress the maypole, and Mrs. Mariel and Mrs. Linda too.
Freya!
Might as well invite all of Kieferberg to dress it at the
Oh,
spring.
right.
Why don't you help too, Elise?
Their designs with the massive hair reminds me of Lady Lovely Locks.
Right? There's so much hair. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so much fun to have you. I'm not so good at that kind of thing, Freya. Oh, cute.
Oh, it's wonderful!
Oh, I knew daisies would suit you best.
Freya!
What do you say, Elise? Do you want to stay the night? I suppose I could, but it's all right if you don't want to, silly. That's not what I... You don't fancy me much, do you, Elise? Whoa.
Freya!
All I want to be is good friend you know? I wasn't trying to make you feel for me or anything of the sort.
For goodness sake.
That's not it, Freya. Oh, I didn't mean... I didn't even say anything yet. Oh, but I truly didn't mean to.
For goodness sake.
You're always overcompensating. It makes you seem disingenuous.
Elise.
I'm glad we're friends, Freya. I truly am. Yet you keep trying to please me day in, day out. That's not what I meant to do, Elise. I wish you'd treat me more as a friend, Freya. Rather than someone you owe an apology to.
Elise.
I'll be using that ointment you made me, alright? I never meant to overcompensate.
For goodness sake.
Yet you shower me with gifts every day of the week. You don't do that to anyone else. What am I supposed to think?
I know.
That's because I care for you, Elise. Huh? That's the reason why you're the only one, silly. Ah! Oh my. Anyhow, it's getting late, isn't it? Is everything alright, Elise? You're as red as a beet. Well, it is getting quite late.
Shush it, you.
What are you laughing at?
See you later, Elise. For goodness sake.
Well, ain't that cute? Ain't that cute? Cute as a button.
You'll get a love heart after every successful date. Check your progress in the relationship menu. Well, we're also starving, I guess. Oops. Wait, we got another another date? A busy girl! There you are, Flock. Ought to be nice being a goat, huh? Not one care in the world, oblivious to everything. There she is.
Marine. Elise.
I didn't know you'd be back so soon, Elise. I still ought to head back to town, mind you. What are you doing standing out here? Oh, just waiting for the stars to come out, is all. A little too early for stars, don't you think? I find it helps me air out my thoughts. Air out your thoughts, you say? I'm waiting for the waxing crescent. It's important I set my sight on what's to come. The sooner the better. What do you mean, Rosa Marie?
Oh, that's...
See, Elise.
I've dreamt about you before. About Kieferberg, too. Last night, or... I know this may sound strange, but I didn't quite stumble upon Kieferberg by accident.
Rosa Marine.
What do you mean? Do you believe in fate, Elise? No! I don't know. I've never given it much thought. Then you most likely won't believe what I have to say, but
It's fate, Elise.
I've always known my fate was with you, Elise. It's too soon to be having this conversation, if I'm honest. I meant to wait till you were ready, but
Frozen Marine.
I don't understand. Ready for what? You'll know, in
For
time.
goodness sake.
What's with all this mystery? Out with it, Rosemary. What are you trying to tell me? It took me some time to make sense of it myself, but everything's feeling so strangely nostalgic to me. Nostalgic, you say?
Oh,
Your
that's-
name, your voice, your home, this breeze even. All that surrounds you, so much of it feels like home to me.
Frozen Marine.
That's not possible. It's you the stars told me about, Elise.
I
I'm
don't
certain
know
now.
why, but the main character reminds me of Red Riding Hood, and I don't know why.
That's basically what it is. We've even had a dead grandma in the beginning of the story. She's got red magical shoes at some point or something, but... Never in my life have I heard such nonsense, and yet, I'm covered in goosebumps. I can tell you don't believe one word of what I just said.
Frozen Marine.
I think I'll stay out here for a little while longer, if that's alright. I promise I won't be late for supper. Alright. Don't stay out here too long, you hear?
Yes.
I won't! Squeaky shoes. Oh, it got dark all of a sudden. Oh, I'm finally done with work for today. I best head over to Mrs. Gretel's to see them. Shit. I can't even see the door. There we go. It's all dark and spooky. Hello? There you are, You're a little too happy to see me, aren't you? Oh, I thought today would never end, that's all. You do look tired, Elise. These folks will be the death of me, that's what. They're fretting over this witch nonsense day and night. You know they're rather superstitious, Elise. Oh, you're buying into it now, too? What's next? We all sleep in the church together like chickens in a coop? Elise! It's all nonsense, Lem. Everyone's losing their wits. Here's your bread, Elise. Yay, bread! Did you make too much today or something? I felt you could use a little more than usual tonight. You need to look after yourself, Elise. The Moochkin's always had a talent to figure things out, but... Is this her intuition again, or... Move along, Elise, before it gets late. I'll see you tomorrow, Lib. Brit!
save point.
Elise.
I brought some bread. Let's settle down and eat.
Now I'm hungry.
Would you like me to start making dinner for us tomorrow, Elise? That's not a bad idea in itself, but... How am I to know you won't make a mess of it? The last thing I want is to spend my evenings in the outhouse. I'll have you know, I'm a proper cook, Elise. Never once did my sweet granny disapprove of anything I prepared. Well, I suppose it can't do much
All
harm.
right.
On that note, Rosemary, you're to sleep in the attic from now on. Can't have you hanging around the granary and bringing all the dust and cobwebs
Oh,
inside.
but
Oh, I can clean it out for you, Elise. It's really no trouble. I've had my fill of running around looking for you day and night. Oh, Elise, I wouldn't want to be a bother.
Oh, shush it.
And I wouldn't want you nesting with the mice and the geckos. Oh, wait, I do have food. Hold on. I have food. I forgot I had a steak and cheese sub in the fridge. Anyway. You're sleeping in the attic, and that's final, you hear? I'm letting you sleep inside where it's perfectly warm and... Did you hear that, Rosemary? Hear what? I'm taking the broom. You stay here, just in case. Uh-oh. Find the source of the noise.
Hello? Are there any animals here?
Suppose I had to chop some more wood soon. Just when I got rid of all those pesky splinters and blisters. Covered in aged scars, a tree trunk sits bare, its dry surface exposed to the elements.
I don't see anything.
I'm not going anywhere until I figure this out.
I don't see anything.
Oh,
Muffy.
it's you! That's Muffy?
Please spare me, Elise.
Muffy.
What in the Lord's name are you doing here, Miffy?
You know.
I was out on a stroll, I swear my auntie's name.
That's so.
And you just happen to hide behind my house, I see. Who doesn't? You think about folks home every day now and then too, don't you? What are you doing here, Mandy? Tell me right now, or I'll scrub your mouth with soap right this very minute. Is it Miffy, Mandy, or Muffy? Eek! It's getting quite late, isn't it, Elise? I missed.
Out with it!
I saw her, that girl you're housing, Elise. You saw nothing, Molly. She gets her name wrong every time? I don't get it. She's not a fruit around here, even I can tell her. You were having supper together and everything, Elise. Keep your mouth shut, Mubby, or I'll... Why don't you share some of that bread you got, Elise? I might keep quiet if you do.
For goodness sake!
Oh, I should have guessed that's what you wanted. What are you telling him, Miffy? You better give me a pretzel tomorrow. Mouth shut, or I'll make certain you'll never go for a stroll again. And don't come back, or else.
For goodness sake!
This is the last thing I needed.
I'm sorry,
Is she gone? This could be bad, Rosemary.
I'm sorry.
I genuinely didn't see her. I would have told you if I had. Don't you start fretting now, too. Do you think she'd tell anyone? If she does, we could be in trouble. I know, Rosemary.
Sorry,
It's Rose and Marie.
Shush it, you!
I'm heading back inside.
Yes.
Oh, so she is saying her name wrong. Okay. Goodness gracious. All right, my food's done microwaving. Hold on. You know, when they said this game was voice acted and they make you choose English or Japanese, I was hoping for more than just 2 words, you know? Gosh. Elise, I'm headed off to bed, Rosemary. I can spend the night in the granary if you'd like. No, I meant what I said. You're sleeping in the attic. I'll meet you upstairs. All right. You left that goat in the granary, I'm hoping?
Of course.
I left the door ajar so he can go out and about if he wants. What makes you think he'll stay put? Why, the bed I made him, of course. You ought to see it, Elise. I'm not going out of my way to see a goat's hay bed, Rosemary. Up you go. You need to make your bed, too. You'll make do, I'm certain. Oh, it's perfect! I'll get you a blanket, too. I can't have you sleeping on hay. Why not?
For goodness sake!
You're not a goat, Rosemary. I could be a thief, yet you're trusting me with the
For
blanket?
goodness sake!
I don't see what's so funny.
Please.
You truly are kind, Elise. I can see that clearly now.
Shush it, you!
I'll be glad to take that blanket, Elise. I'll get you some matches, too. And a candle. Thank you, Elise. It's bedtime now. I need some rest. Good night, Rosemary. Good night, Elise. For goodness sake. What am I getting myself into? a dream? Hello? Oh, what would I give to sleep here every night? Rebirth. That's what I wished for. Long, long ago. You wanted to be reborn? Somewhere safe, somewhere far, far away. I went through all their trials, gathered all of his gifts. And, indeed, I was reborn. My wish was granted, yet, to think I would end up like this. Wait! What was that? Grapes! Huh? I feel like I'm in a princess's bedroom. Ah! Oh, I gotta finish eating this.
That was a little spoopy.
Look at the bloody moon in the corner. Oh my gosh. I don't get it. Didn't they just have dinner? Did she not eat her bread? Oh goodness, so many dresses. Another key? I wonder what it's for. Such a long corridor. It truly feels as though I'm inside a palace.
Hello, Birdie.
A glass panes, tinting the room in reddish hues. I have a bad feeling about this.
What is this?
What in the Lord's name is this place? What are those things? Feeling lost? Don't forget to turn on your lantern to keep an eye out. How do you turn the lantern on? 4 keyholes. That means there are 4 keys, I'd wager. These are all in a different language. I can't make sense of any of these titles. Such a big sofa. If only upholstered in luxurious blue velvet, the sofa rests surrounded by similarly luxurious furniture. It's jammed. I could try to pry it open, but item get acquired 1 phantasm key. It's a key. This is what it will get me out of here, I'm certain. It's a key. It's no wonder they're wilted being left in such an awful room. A bunch of purple flowers sag lazily over their vase. I didn't get phantasm key. Bandages! That's me. It's jammed. Uh-oh. What's this? The key to one's dream is found within oneself. As for yours, it's in this very room, the core of your innermost desire. It's not knowledge you seek, but gold-bathed glory. Stop it! It's gone. The door is completely gone. Oh, shit. Well. my god! Gosh, I don't see anything.
Hiya.
Hey, Miko! Oh, finally. Happy Halloween! About fucking time.
Prelims are starting this week.
Nice!
I will fail several.
Aw, that's not the attitude to have. I believe in you.
This is it!
No, I have done practice tests.
What
I
is
think.
this?
I should start trying to get in shape. So I can move to the USA and join the Navy when I finish school.
Join the Air Force instead.
'Cause there is no saving me here, LMAO. Navy better.
I don't know. I've had family in both Navy and Air Force. Air Force is a bit more relaxed. Navy, you have to know how to swim.
Well, isn't this colorful? Can somebody tell Oopsie what that was?
I may miss my grades with my mental health, but I will not miss the terrorists and P.L.A.N with my Tomahawk cruise missile. Whoa, pretty lights.
I left me feeling a little queasy, you think?
Rose and Marine?
I didn't know we were collecting fireflies, but okay. I got a head start on breakfast if I knew you were waking up this
For
early.
goodness sake.
Since when have you been up? Well, I'm always up and about before daybreak. I can sleep in if I try. I didn't know you coming down from the attic. I look as smart as I am, at least. Is that so? Anyhow, I'm heading off to the garden. You mean the field just outside? Is that obvious I haven't touched it in years? Been working like a dog since Granny Hole passed, but now I have you to fret about too. I can't sit on my hands forever. What? You'd rather starve? Join me as a maid of all work, perhaps? You truly are kind, aren't you?
Shush it,
Oh,
you.
shush. I'm heading out to see what I can do about the garden. I'll call you in for breakfast in a moment then. Bread!
For goodness sake.
I've neglected for so long, it'll be impossible to dig. Anyhow, this is no time to loiter about. Uh-oh. What's this? A pair of shoes? How could they possibly have wound up here in my garden? Oh, they're wonderful.
WH invented cute girls horror games.
This one's actually a Square Enix game. And they fit me
I
like
have
a glove,
seen
too.
multiple streamers play them.
Huh? As though they were made for me.
I did it!
Oh, and Kieferberg needs to hear about this.
今日からエリーゼお嬢様って呼びなさい。縁の下の舞ばかの日々こき使われるのよもうやだよ。もうやだ。疲れて使い回すだけの日常こそが私にふさわしいんだろうね。毎年シンクで苦労し何度だって誰に飾られても自分には避けないのままのようかすめられるだけ 夢の奇跡を導くルビーのわがまま一つだけ叶えてくれるの誰もが私を見てくれるようにただ
she has something wrong with her. Oopsie's not sure, but he thinks she's slightly unstable.
On your feet, Elise. Explain yourself.
Oh, shush it!
What is there to explain, Father? Could you not hear yourself, lass? Parading into St. Walpurga's place of worship, howling and shouting like a... Please hold joking. Words of egotism, vanity, disdain for your fellow folk. I have always known you were wicked, you arrogant lassie.
You old geezer!
Why you? A witch of old Hall's kin.
I am not a witch, you!
Oh, listen here, you old wretch.
That's enough.
Old Jokin has overstepped his boundaries. I ask that you pardon him. Yet his concerns weigh heavy, Elise.
Huh?
Oh, I wasn't aware singing and dancing was forbidden now, Father. Your singing was riddled with sin, lass. Vanity and lust go hand in hand with greed.
Oh, shush it!
What does any of this have to do with sin, Father? This old geezer just accused me and my grandmother of witchery, yes. Enough, Elise. Compose yourself and come inside. Your temperament is a sin in and of itself. Very well. I guess I'll repent for something I didn't do if it makes you happy. Yet there's something I'd like to make clear to you all. You've stood witness to this foolery. You've all heard old Jokin accuse me of witchery. That's enough, Elise. You asked me to pardon him yourself, Father, and I will. Yet I demand you folks understand this once and for all.
Out with it!
I am not a mere maid of all work. I am one of you. And I demand right here, right now, that you start treating me as such. Very well, Elise, you've made yourself heard. Without a shadow of a doubt. At last, he's made his move. Who are you? An old acquaintance of yours, lass. What? You're favored by him, Elise. Frightfully so. You're clad in his will from head to toe, inside out. And those shoes. My shoes? Those very shoes, Elise, are a testament of his gift to you. Who is he? Listen carefully now, my beautiful lass. Get away from me! Yours is his heritage, his flesh, his honor. Honor? Don't you understand, Elise?
What in the Lord's name?
How do you know my name? His blessings, his will, he himself is writhing in your veins, lass. What do you want from me, you old hag? You must listen carefully now, my beloved. Do as I say, and he will make all your wishes come true.
What is this?
My wishes, you say? Why, yes, opulence, splendor, fortune. Your deepest desire is unlike any other, Elise. I don't understand. You do, Elise. Tell me, what is it you most desire? Me? Speak it, Elise. What I most desire? That's fortune. Fortunate you are, Elise. Deep in this woodland, there is a patron saint, whose blissful word bestows a blessing upon the faithful. All that's requested in return are 3 gifts made from the testaments to one's desire. Reach his dwelling with all these in hand, and your wish shall be granted. A womb, chariot of life, your basket is to hold all that is sacred. The tender flesh of earthly desire. The sweetest nectar to be drunk in earnest. You are to arrive in good company, the object of your affections. You are to reach the gates of his dwelling carrying all 3 gifts. So we're gonna sacrifice our girlfriend? Voice your innermost desire. Surrender yourself wholly to his grace. And fortune you shall attain, for such is his blessing and such is your desire.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun at all. We gonna go on a fetch quest for a spooky dude?
Elise?
Lev is gonna be the first to go.
Elise, are you listening? I don't like her. We're gonna sacrifice her. I've decided. Huh? Where did she go?
Elise?
Or are you alright, Elise? Where did that old hag go?
Elise?
What's the matter with you?
Lebkuchen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leb. It's best we let her rest a while. I can sit with you, Elise. Oh, it's best we give her some space, Jacob. I'm alright. I feel a little dizzy is all. I can bring you some water, Elise. As for me, I'll be in church waiting to have a word with you. Don't you start, Leb. Oh, I've already started. Now that you've done it, Elise. For goodness sake. I'm here for my earful, I suppose. You're no child, Elise. One more time. Oh, I lose money every time I try? That sucks.
2, 1, go!
Ellen! I knew I couldn't rely on you. That's a lot of logs. Here you go. Nice! A show worth trying again.
For goodness sake! Anyway... you know... Hurry it up!
What? My, you're covered in dirt, Les.
Oh, but
I'm... She's so funny looking. Look at her silly hat. Angelica, don't be rude. Do you know this lass, Elizabeth? Elise said she's from Fremaldorf.
Oh, that's...
I've never had a... Why, I haven't had the faintest idea. Well, I'm just looking for Elise. Have you seen her? Elise, do you know her? We do happen to know Elise. How do you know her, lass? Elise said she's adopted. Where do you hear all this, Millie? Honey, please tell me where. Look, Mama, she has a tiny scarecrow.
Oh, but
Forgive me, but does anyone know where I can find Elise?
Rose and Marine! Elise! For goodness sake!
So you do know the lass, Elise. Yes, she's
Keep it together,
Elise
Elise.
thinks it's just a cousin for Fremaldorf. Well, you don't have cousins, Elise. I do recall Hull's mother had a sister, but I've never met her. Yes, exactly. Rosemarine here is my aunt's granddaughter. It's Rose and Marine. Oh, I'm so very pleased to meet you, Rose and Marine. Oh, thank you. Anyhow, it's getting quite late. We'd best be moving along before... but do tell me, my dear. How long have you known you had a cousin? Met her this Saturday. It's all very much new to me as well, you see. Oh my, I must say that's rather strange, Elise. Oh, why did I say that? How did you find Elise, lass? Oh, and truth be... We exchanged letters before. It was a long time ago, but we knew each other. I don't think I followed Elise. Those letters must have exchanged before Saturday, no? Of course! I didn't know old Hill knew how to read, let alone write. Now that you mention it, old Hill truly was. Oh, would you look at the time?
Yes.
Oh, fun. She's delighted to meet you all. Bitches, mind your own business. Oh, I don't think she knew how to write. Bitches, leave her alone. Come on. Nosy sons of...
All these games have the same style of dress, and I want it. LMAO.
For goodness sake!
Have you completely lost your wits, Rosemary? I'm sorry, Elise. I knew you had a bird's nest for a brain, but this is too much. Oh, well. You know what you did. I'm sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to. I was chasing after Flock
For
for you.
goodness sake!
Rosemary, why not let him frolic about? That's what
Or
ghosts do.
purple.
He took the laundry I was tending to right out of my hands. I couldn't let him ruin your sheets. All right, well, truth is we made a complete mess of it. I don't even want to think about Father Head's reaction. I'm sorry, Elise. I didn't mean to trouble you. Forget it. It's all right. I'm telling you, it's fine. I feel all I've done so far is trouble you, which isn't a complete lie now, is it? Oh, gosh. Yet, I do enjoy your company, so... Anyhow, we ought to keep our story straight. Maybe if we tell them I came to lend you a hand with work?
This is it!
That's it, Rosemary, huh?
Alright?
Alright, listen carefully. Your grandmother is Granny Hall's auntie, the one that never came to visit. That makes you my distant cousin of sorts, you see?
Yes.
Yes. You came about to meet me, but we could have simply bumped into each other, and you asked me if I knew anyone named Hull.
Sorry,
I don't understand, Elise. How does that relate to what I said? Why, you like Cliftonburg so much you want to stay and lend a hand. Oh! You're a kind, charitable, loving soul who wants to help with the festival. That'll keep them from asking too many questions, I'd wager. I think that's a great idea, Elise.
Alright?
That being said, Rosemary, you're going to home right now right after nightfall, you hear? I don't want you hanging about these folks too much.
Yes.
All right, Elise.
I did it!
We're making it happen right now, then. Let's go. Yes. Oh, my gosh. We must be careful, Rosemary. These folks are all nosy and ill-tempered. We don't want to make the situation any worse, understood? Yes, Elise. I'll be good, you see. You'll see. The kooky lass. You're ugly, Elise. You're ugly. Why, you? Is this your cat, Groot? She's Mrs. Linda's. Her name is Leela. Oh, that's such a sweet name. Say, kooky lass. It's Rosamarine, Groot. Why is there a scarecrow on your shawl, Rosamarine? Oh, this? My granny made it for me when I was just about your age. I keep it with me always because she isn't with me anymore, you see. Oh, I'm sorry. That's quite all right, Groot. Since when are you so good with children, Rosemary? You're an ugly old crone, Elise. You should learn from your cousin. Why, you little... Groot. Maybe then your big nose will shrink and become nice and tiny like mine. Now, Groot. Elise's nose isn't that pointy. That's it, we're leaving. Rosamarine, who? You're welcome to come play with me whenever you'd like. Oh, you're too kind, Groot. Goodbye. I thought there was a stable around here. Yeah, here we are. Ah, there they are. Your cousin, is it? It's a pleasure to meet you. She came all the way from Premeldorf. Premeldorf? That's a long way from here. Ah, Shirley, I was thinking of asking you to collect me some eggs. Of course.
Egg game, egg game.
Out of my way, you feathered rat!
Chicken fritzy!
That's cute.
Chicken Frenzy.
Oh, not so bad.
Chicken fritzy!
Here, I thought two people would get more eggs. Rosemary's not quite used to it, Mr. Wilhelm. That's all right, Elise. Here you go. You still did a good job. Thank you, Mr. Eugene. It's best you head on home now. Folks here have enough of you for one day. Oh, it was so much fun, Elise. If you say so. I'll see you at home then. Gotta go hit on the priest's daughter or whatever this chick is.
Fluffy, is that you?
Tiberius, stop. Tiberius, no, 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 no. Shit. I see her, but how do I get to her?
Puppy!
It's you! It's pretzel time, Elise.
For goodness
Oh,
sake!
spare me, Maggie. You promised me a pretzel. I promised you no such thing. I'm telling Father Hansen, just you wait. Good luck with that, Mindy. I've already introduced her to everyone myself. Oh, my poor beggar cousin Rosemary. They fell right for it, every single one of them. She's not your cousin? Golly, Elise, even I fell for it. No, 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 you got it all wrong. What I meant was, I'd best go let all these folks know, huh? If only you'd give me a pretzel. Keep your wretched mouth shut, Millie. Dare tell a soul about any of this, and you're good as dead. This isn't a pretzel, Elise. That's all you're getting, Misty. Take it or leave it.
Oh,
You're so mean, Elise. It's just a pretzel. Oh my God, Tiberius! Stop! Grape juice.
Puppy!
Grape juice. Where the fuck do I get grape juice? The bitch takes all my bread and then tells me to get grape juice? What, Tiberius? Oh my gosh, hold on. Brattiest little cat ever, I swear. Meow, meow, meow. That's what you sound like. Ugh. Where does one even get grape juice around here? standing there all day. Why, I'd make for a rather pretty flower, don't you think?
For goodness sake.
A little cheery for this time of the day, don't you think? You're the one who's had an eventful day, Elise. Too eventful for my taste, even. There's plenty to tell me about then, isn't there? Why, I think not. I came here to spend time with you, Leb.
Elise.
Now, sit. Sit? Right there. Sit, sit. Now this is what I came here for. Beat standing, wouldn't you say? I spoil you a little too much, I say. Not like I'd have it any other way, anyhow. You're telling me all about it later, Elise? About those shoes and about that lass? All right, all right. Not one more word about this nonsense now, you hear? Fine. Still, Elise, I thought you knew. Knew what? About what happened earlier today? Oh, it's probably best I tell you about it later.
That's Kuhan! For goodness sake!
To think you're a proper nun, more like an imp. You're truly so easy to tease, Elise. Easy or not, Leb, you better not be hiding anything from me. You get to keep secrets that I don't?
That's Kuhan!
So there is something. I wouldn't say I'm keeping it from you, but you'll think I'm untrusting, Elise. What? You see, I've been thinking about you. All of Kieferberg knows you won't stay here forever. Will you? That's a different issue altogether, Elise. Seems to me they're quite the same, if I'm honest. Be that as it may, what am I to do when you're gone, Elise? You're, how to put it, your only comfort in this dull place? You're so very much irritating, like an imp, I'd say. Am I now? Terribly so. Didn't think I could read you this easily, did you? I might just throw you in the well at this rate. I might drown them, then you'd really be left without me.
Oh, Elise.
I'm well aware. You're not the only one who thinks fondly of what we have, but it doesn't mean we can't be together someplace else, does it? You hadn't thought of it like that, had you? Anyhow, I'll be waiting for you by the fountain tomorrow afternoon. Don't be late, Elise.
I see.
For goodness sake. This flirting is confusing for Oopsie. Being a lesbian is confusing. Stop, Tiberius. What are you crying about? Shush! What? Tibby wants his hugs. Hold on. Kitty, come here. Tibby hugs, Tibby hugs. Everybody wants a Tibby hug. Tibby hug, Tibby hug. Everybody wants a. Ouch! Oh, fuck. Screw you too, you fucking cat. Alright. Where is the bakery? I not just here? I feel like I lose track of it all the frickin' time. It should be right here, right? There it is. Tiberius, stop! There's nothing more to it. Oh, could you say that again? She's, you know. No, I don't know, Elise. That's why I'm asking. And then we got that out of the way. Won't you tell me who she is? She says she's a traveler. I found her hiding in my granary on Saturday. A traveler. I'm not convinced either, Lev, but I felt sorry for the poor lass. She says she'll be leaving right after the festival, so it's only temporary. What does she come here to do? She won't tell me much herself. I had no intention of bringing her to Kefferberg, but she graced us with her presence, I suppose. I had to think of something right there and then. Elise, I shouldn't be housing a stranger, let alone put myself in harm's way for her, but I understand this. Oh, Lev, I also understand what you're telling me is a half-truth at best. Here's your bread. You'll let me know if you need more, won't you? Here, go get it. We got bread. I trust you all the same, Elise. You don't have to help me, Lev. You know that. Yet here I am. Look at me, Elise. I do trust you. I need you to know that. All right. Stay out of trouble now. I'll see you tomorrow. Stop. Tiberius. Tiberius, stop it! Oh my god! You're being a brat! Stop it! Hold on 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. I thought this game was gonna have not spooky stuff whatsoever.
Elise,
It's quite late, isn't it?
for goodness sake.
What's there to sweep out here after nightfall anyhow?
I'm sorry.
I was keeping myself busy till you came home, and after all, that's it. Flock here was amusing itself chasing after the broom.
Look.
Where'd she flock?
Oh.
What's for supper then?
Yes.
Oh, I made grape soup. Soup? I figured we could both use something hard. We have eggs. What about the eggs?
Of course.
I cooked those too. I thought we could toast some of yesterday's bread to have with the. Oh, thank goodness.
I'm sorry.
Did I do something wrong? Eggy toast ought to be enough for today, I suppose. Let's head inside, Rosemary. What? It's nothing.
Oh, but
Elise, wait! It's tastier than it looks, isn't it? Could have been worse, that's for certain. Anything tastes good when you're hungry, I find. I suppose today went well, all things considered. I best keep an eye on her, lest these folks.
I'm sorry.
Say, Elise, I've been meaning to ask you something. Like, why isn't this game voice acted, and why do I have to do all the reading? Good gosh! Those shoes you found this
Now
morning.
that you mention it,
What about them? You still haven't told me much about them. I've seen them before in my dreams a long time ago. In your dreams?
I'm sorry.
Is there something you're not telling me? I don't know where to start. I've been avoiding thinking about it, but this morning,
It's fate, Elise.
they're starting to align. Huh? Never mind.
Rose and Marine.
I saw an old hag, Rosemarine. She told me about this patron saint in the woods. That he grants folks wishes if they bring him gifts. So it's true after all. You've heard about this before? Carry on, carry on. She said I must bring him 3 gifts. The tender flesh, sweetest nectar, and good company. Oh, Elise, that's wonderful! What else did she say? Did she mention your fate?
For goodness
Peachy.
You're scaring me with all this nonsense. Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of, Elise.
You know,
How do you know about all this? It's an old folktale my granny used to tell me. A folktale? Carry on now. What else did she say? She mentioned finding a dwelling in the woods. That he will grant my wish if I bring him the 3 gifts made from these testaments. You told her your wish, didn't you? I did, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's... Don't tell me!
I come back and
other
the girls
folks
are
about your
standing
wishes.
very
Out
close to
with
each
it.
other. Are they about to kiss?
No, but you did miss us laying in the nun's lap. So, that's kind of a kiss. It's a kissing of head to thigh.
Ah,
Yeah, you missed it by like 5 minutes. You have to tell me what's going on.
Oh, that's...
All I know is what my granny told me, but I can tell you all about it, Elise. I can help
Rose
you.
and Marine.
I need to think about this. I'll be here tidying up. You can ask me anything you'd like. All right. Rosemary! You don't have to look so frightened, Elise. This is all very overwhelming, is all. Oh, Elise, isn't fate such a wonderful thing? Enough of that. What are these testaments and gifts? Ah, of course! In order to meet him, you're going to have to gather the testaments to your resolve. These are tools and ingredients you'll have to use when crafting the gifts. It's common courtesy to bring your host nice gifts when visiting, isn't it? Huh. Ah, there's also the trials, but I can tell you all about his folktale later. Alright then. For now, I want to know, what is the tender flesh? I don't quite like the sound of it, but... Oh, you're the one making it sound bad, Elise. The tender flesh represents your body, the vessel for your soul, so to speak. A representation of my own flesh, then? that matters is that it carries a part of your mortal body. Huh? It's nothing to be afraid of, Elise. It can be a nail clipping or a stranded hair. What's important is the connection between you and the symbolic vessel. Symbolic vessel? Rosemary. What is the good company? I don't know what to think of this one. You should meet him when your soul is at its most vulnerable, Elise. At its most vulnerable? Granny used to say, good company brings one's innermost self to light. One's true face, in other words. Rosemary, I'm not sure I understand. Why, it's love, Elise! Love? Love reveals all, wouldn't you say? I suppose. Rosemary, what is the sweetest nectar? It's not as though I don't have an idea, but I don't quite like it. It represents your vitality, Elise. Your essence. You don't mean... All that matters is that it carries a part of your mortal body. Part of our mortal body, huh? I know what you're thinking, Elise. That could be it, if that's what you're inclined to bring him, but... What is it, Rosemary? They're meant to be proven with resolve, first and foremost. It's your determination that's most important, Elise. Huh? I need time to think. I still can't wrap my head around this nonsense, Rosemary. That's all right, Elise. I'll be here if you have any more questions. I think I need a moment. Bringing in gifts made out of testaments?
Tollies.
And I'm supposed to find these somewhere, but where? Go to bed. Okay. Gifts, huh? I best go to bed. I'll make sense of this tomorrow. Uh-oh. Why are her shoes so squeaky?
For goodness sake!
I can't sleep. I can't stop thinking about all this nonsense. Everything that old hag told me about the testaments, the gifts, about him, what Rosemary told me too. I find it hard to believe, but maybe it's true. If I do gather these testaments, if I do find my way to him, maybe I can finally leave this wretched town and live the life I'm meant to live.
Now that you mention it,
Start anew, someplace far, far away. This could be very well my chance for happiness. If you say so.
let's go!
I ought to at least try. I have to go to the woodland and find out right now. I guess we're going to the woods, guys. To the woods, to the woods, to the woods, woods, to the woods, to the woods, to the woods, woods, to the woods, to the woods, to the woods, to the woods, woods. I don't know what we expect to find, but okay. is true.
Keep it together, Elise.
I have to at least try. Oh! Oh my. So this is the woodland. I ought to find him. I ought to be brave. Okay, sure. How do you do?
What is this?
What is this wretched place? I best be careful, this can be dangerous. No. Going into the creepy woods in the middle of the night, how could that be dangerous? No. Ow. Is that a body? It's got their attention, I suppose. I better be careful moving forward. What in the... Have you met the witch? She's so very eager to meet you again, would you believe? The witch, you say? Your paths are bound to cross before long, but I have my doubts you'll last long in the black wilderness. Wait, what in the Lord's name? Such a foul smell. Moth-eaten and frayed, an old dress rests in its blood-soaked grave. Mushroom. No, why are you jumping?
fancy handkerchief. What does that do? Oops. Oh, you can sell it. That's nice.
What in the Lord's name?
How do I activate the matches? This is gonna suck. I can already tell.
those remains. I've never seen such a thing before. The pristine skeletal remains of a doe, and every bone barren of any kind of life.
Ew. Well, we did it. Singing Peachy. Spooky thing and dead people on the floor.
Those aren't going anywhere. Must find a way to lure those butterflies off the carcass.
But why though? Oopsie wishes to know.
These look different, don't they? The pristine skeletal remains of a doe.
Only its entrails are left intact. Well, isn't that lovely?
It's funny these scribbles scattered about. Are these people? Engraved deep in the rocky surface are several familiar shapes reminiscent of human life.
Well, we're dead. First death.
Well, how else are we supposed to distract them? Okay, but I can use something. Is that what it's telling me?
Then what? Well,
Maybe if I try something else. What? Oh, shit. dark. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. It's a dead end. Well, it's almost my bedtime anyway. Shoot. Just gonna save. Call it a day. This game just released today, so maybe there'll be a hint later to tell me what the frick I'm supposed to do, because, Thank you for joining me for Halloween, everybody. Sorry we couldn't get much further in the game, but that's how that goes. While we're here, does anybody want to cash in one last reading or something before we sign off for today?